Hey MVPs, RicoKnows here. Going to talk to you guys about the Big Sky Conference tournament. I already gave you the Ohio Valley Conference winner. Now I'm going to go ahead and predict who's winning this tournament. Remember, it's a futures bet. You got to jump on this before the tournament starts. But when you look at the conference standings, it's pretty simple, man. High Point has been on fire all season long. 15-1 at home, 7-5 away. They're the top seed. And more importantly, they got some of the best players in the conference. They're all transfers. They got some of the best players in the conference. Shout out to Troy for giving them Duke Miles. Like, I'm going to show you guys their whole roster here in a second. But when you look at this, don't be fooled. Winthrop's a good team in fourth. They've always been a perennial power in this conference, getting to the tournament time and time again. But they got a new coaching staff back in 2022, made it to the title game and lost. And the last time they went to the dance was 2021. So they just haven't been as relevant lately. And a lot of it has to do with Asheville's got a stud center, right? The best player in the whole damn conference. And then they just got a ton of transfers influxed into this conference when Winthrop was developing players. Both Winthrop star players are 6'7" dudes who've been there the whole time, their whole careers. And nobody at High Point or Asheville in their two deep, nobody in their starting five is somebody who's been at that university the whole time. Nope, they just went out and got transfers to make themselves relevant. And they look good. They're getting Power 5 transfers coming in who couldn't play anywhere. And they show up and they start averaging some crazy points. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, Gardner-Webb is one of those teams that's like fourth on the odds. When I show you the odds, the reason I don't believe in Gardner-Webb, yes, they have won 5 of their last 6. But if you're going into the tournament, you have to now somehow win 5 games in a row, whatever it is. I just don't see them continuing this win streak and without losing. That's just nuts. As a matter of fact, they're going to have to play High Point at some point. And High Point's not giving them not going to give them a win at all. Like, they're just not beating High Point. They've lost to High Point twice in this season, and it hasn't been good. And when you look back, Winthrop, 1-point game. You got through it. It wasn't dominant by any means. 1 point beating Asheville, not dominant by any means. So it's just one of those things where I don't believe in Gardner-Webb, just so we're clear. I'm not on Gardner-Webb in this tournament. I don't believe in them. Asheville, very scary. They're probably the second best team in the conference. They did lose 2 in a row, but they've been winning long stretches of winning games. And when you go and look, they got studs. I'm going to pull it up here shortly, but I got a lot of respect for High Point. Yes, they just lost Longwood by 2 points. Yes, they've lost 3 out of their last 7, whatever it is. I'm not too concerned. If you have to pick a team, it's probably High Point. First and foremost, Duke Miles right here. Transfer from Troy. This is one of the few transfers. When you look at a transfer in basketball, it's a little different. You look at a guy who transfers in basketball, it's because he couldn't start at his previous school, couldn't get any playing time. That's not the case for Duke Miles. He was actually averaging like 12, 14 points a game at Troy last year, and then he just quit. After 6 games, he said, I'm good, I'm out. And he jumped in the transfer portal. Duke Miles can play some basketball. He's a good player. You guys see it up here. Look, leads the team in points, assists, steals. But more importantly, this whole team can shoot free throws. So when the game's on the line, they can put everybody in, and everybody's above 80. Everybody's right around there. It's pretty impressive. You will not close the gap fouling them as the game comes down to the wire. I like High Point's brand of basketball. I like the way they're playing. Shout out to them. Like I said, Duke Miles used to play at Troy. Good player. Always been in the rotation. Used to start 20 games a year. Then started getting benched in favor of other transfers going to Troy. It's one of these trickle-down effects, right? So now you got to go all the way to High Point, and you're still balling, though. Shout out to him. 30 minutes a game is nuts, right? Then we got Giffa here. This dude is from France. I got to take a foreigner. Went to UTEP, couldn't see the field. Or I'm sorry, the court. I'm in football mode. Couldn't see the court, but now this year, going out there and doing the damn thing, I appreciate him. Anytime I see some really high free throw percentages like this, I go check to see. Yup, man, that dude shot 247 free throws. That's another thing. This team, when it comes to the conference, they have gotten to the line about 100 times more than anybody else. I'm not joking. Like their team stats, I don't know where to pull it up. Let me see something. Let's compare them to Winthrop. Winthrop's known for getting the free throw lines. But look, we'll do this. Winthrop, if you go and look at their stats and you pull it up and you go to free throws attempted, 849. That's a lot. I don't know it was that many. 849 is a lot. Let's see what High Point is. I'm just saying. 833. Okay. So not quite as much as Winthrop. Winthrop gets to the line. But remember what I told you about those percentages? Look at Winthrop. 596. High Point, 649. Got to the line less than them and have made 50 more. This is the difference between winning and losing. 5 points each game on average. Like, that's real, bro. I'm just saying, it's a problem. It's a problem. These guys have made more free throws and attempted less than Winthrop. Winthrop getting to the line, though. Congrats to them. They'll string out a game. I'm impressed. Let's talk about it. Kamani Hamilton, transfer, coming over from Mississippi State. Finally getting in there. And I like any team with multiple scores over 15 points. Just in case the guy doesn't have a hot hand, you still got somebody. This is High Point's one of High Point's best players from last year, and he's back again. We're talking 12 points a game. A little skin. I was going to say rail thin. But shout out to him. Fame. He's a baller. Now, Asheville's the only scare for High Point, and it's just Drew Pember all day. Only dude to worry about. Another cool dude to talk about, though, is Fletcher Aby. We'll talk about him. But Drew Pember leads the team in points, rebounds, blocks. This dude's 6'11". He's a transfer from Tennessee, and he's playing great. He's leading the team. I don't think they're going to beat High Point, though. That's how I feel. But I wanted to talk to you guys about Aby. I do have him up here. That'll be good. So, yeah, Drew Pember here. Was at Tennessee, not playing much, and then you see it, moves over to Asheville, and he's been balling ever since he got to Asheville. One of the best players in the conference. He sticks out. Congratulations. He's huge, and most people can't deal with him. Josh Banks, transferring in from VCU. Couldn't see the court, VCU. Gets to Asheville, starts balling out a little bit. Not bad. Just not the impact you're expecting. Fletcher Aby is a stone cold killer. Do not foul this man. Do not foul this man. He was at Citadel, moved to Asheville. Everywhere he's been on the court. This is not a guy transferring because he's going to get playing time. This is a guy transferring because he wants better competition, because he knows what he can do. This is Mark Price right here, y'all. This is Mark Price. All right, 6'4", 190. If you don't know the reference, shout out to the MVPs. But Mark Price, great free throw shooter. Look at this man right here. You start seeing this 96%. Like, what the how's that 96%? Go look, dude. He's missed 2 free throws all season long. He's 48 for 50, bro. Do not foul this man. He will put the dagger in you and end the game. Shout out to Fletcher Aby, okay? They do have some other players from Murray State. And then I had Winthrop up here. Don't worry about Winthrop. Their players aren't transferred. Their players are from Winthrop. Congratulations. But like I said, I would probably take High Point. So when you look at the odds, you got High Point at plus 105. I feel like they're the best team across the board. Yes, Asheville has the best player in the conference, and he's a huge man, and they get in plus 290 odds. So it sounds good. Winthrop probably has the most winning pedigree and coaching staff and all that stuff. They do get to the free throw line. So plus 700 sounds even better if you're sprinkling it. But this is a tough conference to call, top to bottom. I think it'll be very competitive. I'm going to be interested in all the games and watching them. But I feel like High Point's going to get it done. So not overly confident. It's plus 105. It's not the way I felt about the Ohio Valley Conference. But here, I probably wouldn't even bet on this conference. But if you got to put juice on it, half a unit, and enjoy your day. So High Point's the pick. Good luck, y'all. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows.